I fell asleep on the sofa last night at about 8:15. I woke up, put some pyjamas on, but I had such a good night's sleep. It was really lovely. Now today I can see my breath. Yep. So it's not hugely warm out here, but it's about somewhere between 6 and 8 degrees Celsius, and there's hardly any wind at all. So it's really pleasant. So this morning, as soon as Mr. J had gone off to work, I headed out into the garden to tackle a job. Well, just needed doing. Now the ducks are making a load of fuss and raced from one end of their enclosure to the other, because in the tree, and I'm going to try and point, in that tree there is some sort of bird of prey. I've just seen it swoop in there. Now that everything is going to be really shaky because I'm kind of walking and trying to watch the tree at the same time, so that if it flies off, or when it flies off, I can try and capture it on film. And so excuse the shakiness and the quiet talking. Oh, and it's just flown off. It's going across the field. It's on the fence. Okay, let's see if I can find it to show you. It's on the fence, and I still actually can't identify what it is. I'm trying. I think it was a sparrowhawk. I can't see it. I can't see where it's gone. Wow, that was big. Oh, they don't usually come this close. I'm leaving the camera so that we can see along there as I'm talking, just in case I have missed it and it's camouflaged rather than it's now flown off. So the reason that I was out in the garden so bright and early this morning was that the pen that I'm building around Big White's enclosure is, well, it's doing really well. I had put the pallets around the base of it, and we'd put the posts down through the gaps in the top of the pallet and into the ground, and it's been fine up until the last 2 or 3 days, when the chickens have realised that they could jump over the top and wander anywhere they wanted across the garden, and have been helping themselves in the vegetable garden, very much like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. So this morning I've put pay to that, and I have now put the netting over the front of the pen. They're not best pleased, to say the least. Anyway, here's how I did it. So the birds are not too pleased. I'll see if we can zoom in. There we go. So they've been jumping up and over the pallets, which we're using as a fence, and into the area just down here, which also had some fencing around it, but they've worked out if they jump right over it. So there is now fencing along there. Well, there's now netting along there, and they are not very pleased. They've just had their enclosure cut by about 4 square metres. In the grand scheme of the size of their enclosure, that is not any great beef, but you know what chickens are like? We just told them they can't do something, so now that's exactly what they want to do. So you can see on the ground here the netting that was the edge to their enclosure, so they've been able to just hop over and dibble around in that bit there. Chickens don't dibble, they can scratch around in that bit there, but no longer. Now they have to stay inside. Now they're not really very hard done by these chickens, because if I move this round, you will see that they can come through and and they actually have the whole of this field here, and it's really hard to get perspective, but at that it's about 100 feet, just under 100 feet, and it's about 30 to 40 feet wide. It's 30 at this end, 40 at that end. You know, they're not really stuck to this small area here. My plans long term for this area here is to extend the food forest all the way across from over here where it is, right through. So this will all get covered in wood chippings, and I think I'm going to plant a hedge all along in front of the pallets and up, and the bit of netting, except for the very end bit, which is a gate. So obviously I don't want to plant a hedge in front of that, but I'll plant a fruiting hedge there, which will act as another windbreak for there. There is already hedging where this continues around the field, which is mostly either a wild rose or hazel hedging, and I really like wild roses because we like the rose hips, and so I think we should carry on a similar thing along here. Well, that should look very nice. It'll soften it, and you know, it is a bit utility as it is now, and to have, you know, I can have some Lycisteria formosa, the pheasant berry, which I really like, and some roses, and indeed some more hazel trees along there, which I think would be really lovely. But for now, I'm heading indoors. It's time for a cup of tea, and to have a little look at the world news and see what's going on a little further afield than just our homestead. And I think the postman's been, so I can collect the mail. And so that's it for another day. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's going to be a good one for you. And I also hope you can join me again tomorrow.